Welcome to my channel. Today I will be talking about a 16 egg incubator sold by Amazon for $69.99 here in Canada. As you can see, I currently have my incubator set at 38. Usually this hovers between 38 and 37.9. You can set it simply by hitting the set button and hitting the plus or minus sign. These do come preset at 38 degrees. The incubator itself has styrofoam wrapped around it. I suggest that the styrofoam is not removed. It does retain the heat better by having it still there, and I think the company itself recommends that the styrofoam is not removed. I have it plugged in to the wall. The plug plugs into the top here. It's a DC 12 volt plug. It does come with a separate connector that you can connect to a 12 volt battery if there's a power outage. The top button here, or the top slide, is basically to release some of the humidity if the humidity levels get too high inside. It does have a light, and that's basically to check your eggs, to candle them. It's pretty strong. I have tested an egg and you can pretty well see clearly through it. Again, when you turn it off, you just turn it off. Now, it is suggested that you only open this thing if necessary to check the water level. I have opened it a couple times just to see how the eggs are turning on their own. To actually lift it from here out of the styrofoam is quite difficult. So I use the hole here, I just make it a bit larger and I lift it up. Now you'll see my eggs inside. There is the rollers. Make sure the wire is connected. I'm just going to close it again. So the alarm went off, basically indicating that the temperature has gone too low and that I have to adjust it. Some people spray water in this hole here. They have a little spray bottle that comes with the incubator itself. I don't recommend you do that, simply because there is a fan in there. Once you spray water on the fan, if it gets into the electrical components, it's going to fry the fan. The spray bottle, from my understanding, is just to dampen the eggs once in a while. Spray some light water on the eggs itself. When you need to place water in this incubator, it has two tanks, and if you notice, there's two holes there. It comes with this bottle. Basically, you fill it with water. This first one is the smaller tank, and the second one is the bigger tank. If you need to add water, simply just add it. If you add too much water, it will overflow through the holes. There is 6 settings in this incubator. It's simple to get to. If you do have an issue and you have made an error, simply by pressing the minus and the plus will reset the incubator. Once you see the numbers 888, it has reset the incubator to factory default. Now, I've set my incubator and the rotation to different than what it came preset with. The incubator itself comes with a preset, as mentioned, 38 degrees. The rotating of the eggs, it comes with every 90 minutes and 200 seconds to rotate an egg. I've switched that and I'll show you how I did that. So if you press the set button for 5 seconds, you will go into the program mode. So there's program 0. I suggest you leave this one alone. It stays at 00. So by pressing the set button again, it'll tell you where it is. Now I'll press the set button again and I want to go to P1. P1 will dictate the temperature that I don't want my incubator to get at. So in other words, if it gets to 38.5, the buzzer is going to sound. You can set this at a higher temperature or lower temperature if you like. It's up to you. I figure, 38.5 is pretty reasonable. If it gets to 38.5, it's going to buzz. My incubator is going to tell me the heat has gotten too high. So I'm going to press the set button again because it's gone back to its original setting. So I'll press it for 5 seconds till I get into the PO, and I'll go to the P2 section. P2 section will tell you the temperature that I've set it at if it gets too low. So if the temperature goes to 36.9, my incubator is going to start ringing or making a noise. To stop this noise, you can just simply press the minus sign and it will stop. But again, I have it set at 36.9. You can set it at 36.5, or you can leave it at the factory, whatever the factory set it at, that's up to you. Now again, I'm going to press the set button again to go back into the program mode. As you see, it goes back to the original mode fairly quickly. And I'm going to go to the P3, I don't really touch it. F1, set, and that'll tell you basically how many minutes it will take to turn the eggs. This comes preset at 90. I've set mine to 120. I think 90 minutes is too often to set rotate your eggs. So I set it to 120. It's up to you what you want to set it up, but 120 seemed pretty reasonable to me, so I set it there. Now I'm going to go back to set again to take you to the F2. So F2, and then you hit set, and it'll take you into the mode. This comes factory set at 200. I set mine at 180. Again, 180 is basically how many seconds it takes to spin the egg. You can't change that. So if you go into set, you can simply change that by adding plus, minus. That's depending again where you want to set it, but it's very simple to do. If you want to candle the egg, I mentioned it earlier, you just turn the light here. There's a light, and you can candle your eggs. The incubator is pretty compact. I'll find out in basically 20 days if the eggs have hatched. I'll keep you all informed. Thank you. Have a great day. If you have any questions, please feel free to text me and I'll get back to you. Thanks.